desk. Over there, everybody picking EG, and understandably so. A team that's been looking pretty good, had a good series earlier today against Cloud9. And two teams here that are sitting in the middle of our standings, Rogue and Evil Geniuses, trying to differentiate each other from, trying to separate themselves from each other, and trying to get up there into the top of the pack, trying to secure a spot, maybe the top two possibly here. One sitting at 2 and 3, the other at 3 and 2. So we could see a result if Rogue were to get a win here. They'd both be sitting at 3 and 3.
Yeah, this is a very important match for both these two teams, especially. We know that Rogue here, I mean, they've kind of got to go all out here to be able to really keep that dream of the top two alive here. And I think that going up against Evil Geniuses has been having an incredible run, not just today, but I mean, this whole season has been a breakout performance for that team.
And they both had decently quiet series earlier in the day, with Rogue only scoring 4 goals against G2, and EG only scoring 5 against Cloud9. Cloud9 a little bit on the quieter side compared to their previous results here in RLCS Season 5. So we'll see how these teams approach this match against each other. Who's able to engage first off here? Evil Geniuses in the blue, Rogue in the orange. Classics making a save in net, out towards Corrupted G. Now Insult from the top. Classics now down towards the net. Can he put this one in? No, it will be played away. Sizz across to Jacob. Through one. Jacob, we saw him make the change to Batmobile halfway through their last match, and he's sticking wanted here. Game number 1 against Evil Geniuses. Sizz up, now off the backboard, coming back down and played away by Corrupted G on the goal line, but still keeping this one in the blue. Got Rogue pressuring.
Yeah, that was a great shot there, but an even better save from Corrupted G. That ball was halfway in on that line there, coming in clutch.
Insult now. Over the top. Over back towards Jacob. Corrupted G out to midfield. Insult towards the backboard. Corrupted G engaging Jacob, driving it down to Sizz, but Chrome makes a save away, and Insult will be able to play it in Rogue with the quick passing plays, getting the lead.
Yeah, this is some great, just clear-cut passing there. You see, there's no defender there. From Chrome's perspective, he could not even see Jacob on the backboard there. And Jacob positioning himself so high up there makes it so much more difficult for the defense to be able to anticipate Jacob's position, to anticipate that pass.
3:38 left to go. It's Rogue with the 1-goal lead. Sizz the flick over one. Jacob shot towards net, beautiful placement, 31% shooting percentage on the day, on the season here, and he'll extend it here with another goal, 2-0 Rogue.
Right, we heard Gibbs earlier before, when your teammates can't get it done, sometimes it's up to you, and what a shot there. Looking a little bit like that defense, just not quite up to snuff. There should have been able to at least challenge that ball, going in straight in off that sidewall.
Well, looking good right now in game number 1. Evil Genius is the favorite on the desk. Game number 1. Very much in Rogue's favor at the moment. Evil Genius is yet to have any real substantial moments of offense. Here comes Classics with a good one. A great shot, center stage. Beautiful speed on that ball, and it's a 1-goal game.
Yeah, and this is a little bit odd of just defense here. Again, you see nobody challenging that ball, and Insolence, he goes for the boost, and then he tries to also go for that save there. And you need to be able to pick your decision there, if you will. I mean, by going for the boost and then also denying Sizz that save.
We saw the series we watched most of from last week. Rogue's decision-making was a big part of their losses. On the defense in particular, we saw them not making necessarily the best decisions. That was a big part of their dropping their series. 2:48 left to go. At halftime, a 1-goal game. Insult at midfield. Corrupted G plays it past him and now up to a corner. So falling back, he'll pick up boost to play back out to midfield. Quick touch from Sizz onto the backboard. You could possibly look for Jacob. It's cleared away by the Evil Geniuses defense. Classics now up towards Corrupted G. Jacob will play to the side. Chrome driving it back down. Corrupted G takes a shot, but defended by Insult. Sizz sits in net, but is bumped by Corrupted G. The pressure will stay on for Evil Geniuses. Jacob gets this one up high. Looking over the top of one. Classics now. Just holding on to it in midfield, stalling time, allowing his team who's been up on offense to rotate back, get on defense, play this one out. They've kept the ball at midfield. Now Chrome, shot towards net. Cleared away by Insult. Jacob now to midfield again. Wins that 50-50, and it's going towards the net. Corrupted G back into the corner. Now Jacob, the back pass. Insole tries to pick it up. 50-50 sends it back out. Corrupted G looking for Chrome. Sitting near the box. The Classics moving up. Now past one. Corrupted G on the side. Looking it over high. Sizz tries to engage it, but can't find it. Insole plays it away. This one dropping down in. Where is the defense from Rogue? Tie game here for Evil Geniuses.
Oh, just caught sleeping here. Look at this touch here from Classics, going up so high. And you see both those two. It looks like either of them are going to go touch it. And then coming in at that same time, kind of trying to block the other teammate, also trying to block the opponent, excuse me. I mean, that's just both players on the other team expecting to get a touch.
And Classics immediately off of kickoff, going to put this one in, and the lead now for Evil Geniuses.
And this is a bit of an odd game, if you will, where the lead from either of these two teams has just been kind of being traded between them. We see first Rogue scoring, or EG scoring, and then Rogue scores 2 right away, and then EG fires back with 2 right away. Neither of them really having any sustained period of control or dominance over the match.
Sizz over to the side. Jacob picks it up, adds some pace to it, rolls it into the blue corner. We'll see Classics be the first to engage on defense. Now Corrupted G up. Pressure stays on here for Rogue. Classics not sure what to do. Didn't want to play it across his own net in front of Sizz. Luckily Chrome's there, can play it back out. Move it on to the side. Now Corrupted G in the corner. All the scoring in here by Classics. Evil Geniuses side. Seconds, Corrupted G trying to get it out. Rogue looking to equalize. Corrupted G in his own corner. Classics down. Sizz with the touch. This was not what he's wanting. He needs to make this defensive play, but he can't. Classics will put in his 4th goal of the game. This guy has been a monster.
Yeah, this is just such smart play here. He recognizes Sizz doesn't have any boost there. He spots that immediately, and when he sees that flip there, all he tries to do is to just get in Sizz's way. Let the lack of boost there make the play for you. Just your positioning is enough there.
23 seconds left, and now up by 2. Evil Geniuses looking to hold on to this game and put in a 5th one. What a dunk from Classics. 5 goals. Are you serious?
This shot here, I mean, that's just got to be a little bit fortunate here for Classics. You see, Insolence's, this is the 2nd time this game that he's tried to go up for a block, just tried to be in the way of a shot, and he's actually ended up preventing a save from one of his teammates who's in a better position there.
There were only 2 players in the RLCS who had who had 2 hat tricks before this week. Classics nearly gets 2 here in 1 game. With 8 seconds left, it looks like Corrupted G going to try and put one more in. Here comes Chrome. Does this go in? It does. Chrome, his 100th goal of his RLCS career, going to be here in a blowout against Rogue.
Yeah, that's a big milestone. Congratulations to Chrome for that one. It's just another goal coming off of a really good 50-50 from Corrupted G. That defense not being there, that's all you needed to do as an attacker. Just get a solid 50-50 and lay out that ball to your teammate.
You know, I vaguely referred to it earlier. The Rogue has been struggling on defense as far as sorting out their rotations, understanding who should be going for balls. We saw a significant amount of double commits last week. And here in game number 1, again, defense not on point, beaten by 4 goals. It was close up until about halfway through the game, and then Evil Geniuses runs away with it here. Only 3 saves out of the 10 shots Evil Geniuses put up.
I mean, right away, you can just see, looking at Classics' stats here, 5 goals from 6 shots. That's going to be a number for a shooting percentage right there, and I think that kind of spells the story of the match. It was mostly Classics with a lot of impact there, and just kind of playing that striker role there for Evil Geniuses.
For sure, and which is interesting because Corrupted G has had the best shooting percentage on the team at .76, and Classics up until this week was number 2 in North America on assists per game. He was primarily shoveling passes to his teammates, but here, being down that front line, finding the open nets, and part of it, you got to wonder, is it a change in play from Evil Geniuses, or is it just the Rogue defense not having any answer and Classics being the one who's got the ball at the time?
I mean, Classics, he has been really performing as of late, especially stepping up a notch. I think the whole Evil Geniuses squad in general has just been a better team. I mean, one of their big things that they do is that they just don't lose the ball as much anymore. And you'll see how much that impacts the team, where every time they try and bring that ball further up the field, they're always sticking behind it. They're always trying to go for air dribbles or soft touches that let them keep getting 50-50s to maintain control in the play. And from Rogue's perspective, how many times have we seen insolences? He just keeps jumping forward for 2 goals last game. He jumps forward, he touches that ball when he doesn't need to. It's out of rotation. It's causing a lot of problems here for Rogue.
Game number 2 here on Urban Central. Chrome to Corrupted G. Intercepted by Jacob, but Corrupted G will get the most of it. We'll see how does Rogue respond. First thing we're going to see out of Evil Geniuses here, getting back to the demolition game. Something we saw them in the first few weeks of the season being excellent at. This is up high, fall down and out of boost. So Chrome and Corrupted G both out though. Now Jacob and Insol looking for a moment of opportunity. Classics gets it away. Back out to midfield.
Well, that's a triple commit there from Rogue. All 3 of the members.
Over on this side, not the best positioning, but there was no pressure from Evil Geniuses, so they'll be able to space back out. The ball will just stay at midfield. Surprising on a triple commit like that the ball doesn't at least end up in one side of the field or not. With a triple commit, you have a better chance of actually hitting the ball, at least in the direction you want it to go, because there's so many people there, but still.
Right, I mean, especially on defense, like when you ever send 2 players per ball, I mean, you need to win it. Even on offense, really, it's just such a commitment to send 2/3 of your team.
Corrupted G with a shot, Insol with the save, Chrome with the follow-up. He'll loft this one high, and Sizz will be airborne first. Looking for Jacob, quick transition, but the touch goes into the corner. No shot immediately on net. 3:39 left to go, and we're still scoreless in game 2. Classics over 1. Now Chrome. Playing it high, Jacob to the corner. Sizz way down the field. Chrome in the back corner, intercepted by Insol. Gets a pass into the middle, but Sizz was behind, expecting that touch not to go into the middle at all. And Jacob not able to make contact either. Rogue have to make some passes in their own half. They get it back out. Quick movements there, and a demolition onto Insol relieves some of the offensive pressure that Rogue was starting to build. Now Classics with a flick over 1. Sizz intercepts, or Insol rather, gets that one away. Into the corner, it'll be Chrome back out to midfield.
Yeah, into the corner again is really the best way to describe it. It's consistent play here from Rogue, pushing that ball into the corner. And after game 1, we saw that first almost goal, or actually it led to a goal, that triple passing play between all 3 members. We have not seen another midfield just passing play coming from the likes of Rogue. Consistently moving that ball towards the corner, and you see it limits the field drastically.
Right here at halftime. Nobody yet to score in game number 2. Neutral play in the midfield is just Sizz in the back, and he'll buy some time for his team, but the shots are going to come in. Here comes Corrupted G. Towards the net, Jacob gets the save. He's back out towards midfield. Insol picks this one up past 1. It's Chrome in the back with a long clear. Sizz up to intercept. And Jacob in the corner, picking up boost and looking to transition out. Corrupted now back into the box again. Corrupted's been doing that quite a bit, taking shots just off the wall, straight towards net. So far, Rogue's been in position. Definitely tighter defense here in game number 2. They've been able to get onto offense more often as well. Jacob a pass in the middle, intercepted by Chrome. Chrome looking for Classics. Sizz sends it back out. Insol turns around, trying to engage on the front line. Corrupted G lurks in midfield. Chrome airborne. Looking for a moment of opportunity. But the pass plays come through for Rogue. Jacob looking for a shot. A difficult angle to engage at, but he doesn't even make contact. Now Corrupted G back down the field. It's Sizz in net, and the redirect from Classics comes across, eliminates that last defender. Evil Geniuses has the lead.
Yeah, this was just a beautiful shot here from Classics. Really just being in a good positioning there. And I mean, Classics is just having an immense performance. I mean, when you look at Sizz there, chasing Corrupted G and then going the long way on rotation back into defense. I mean, it was a good shot, but you really would expect the defender there to be able to just rotate back to net. And you ask yourself for Rogue, is this where the defensive troubles begin? Players trying to play too much interference? So we saw with instances already.
1:07 left to go. Rogue again finding themselves down. Needing to find a way to equalize. 1 minute remaining here in game number 2. They lost game 1. Do not want to be on match point this early. It's Chrome driving around over the top of Sizz. Insole, the response in the midfield. Jacob lurking behind, hoping for a 50-50 to go his way. G, he'll just hover behind this. Classics back down the field, Chrome into the corner. Now Sizz back down, Jacob looking for the redirect. Can he find it? He does. Excellent placement. Jacob coming up clutch, and it's a tie game.
And this is just such a tight angle here. Look at that first pass from Sizz. And then what a shot there.
The lightest of touches.
Yeah, going downwards as well makes it so much more difficult for Classics to come up off of the wall and to be able to challenge it there. What a shot from Jacob.
32 seconds left here in game 2. All tied up. Sizz demolished on the front line. Corrupted G passing to Chrome. Back to Corrupted G. Get it past one defender, and now the outward off the rebound. It's not going to matter. Chrome's right there. Such aggressive play from Evil Geniuses to take the lead right back.
Yeah, and then this is just wonderful infield passing there. That quick give and go there between Chrome and Corrupted G makes that ball so difficult to deal with there, and that all the power in that play coming from that passing.
And they're reading, you see Rogue reading it off the rebound, which means they can't really add more speed to the ball. They can't drastically change what that ball is doing, which makes it easy for Evil Geniuses to read. Does this one go in? It does! Oh my goodness! Chrome puts in a nail in the coffin here in game number 2. Evil Genius is going to go up by 2.
Yeah, Jacob just, I think that last second turn there, he did the best with what he could, and credit to him for getting that one actually, to stop that one from going in, but just not enough to get that out.
Now down by 2, it's not impossible.
It's close to
come back, but it's very, very close. And with a kickoff like that, it's going to be even more difficult. They have to spend so much time just getting this out of their half. At 5 seconds, and they finally have a shooting opportunity, but it's not going to happen. Evil Geniuses 2 games in a row here. Similar margins. I believe game 1 was 6-2, and here we have 3-1. So for you math people out there, that's a little bit of fun. In game 3 inbound, Rogue will need to find something different to give Evil Geniuses a run for their money, or else they were going to be swept.
Yeah, these game 1 and game 2 here from Evil Geniuses, I think they played it just about perfectly. I mean, we look at what Rogue's doing wrong. Right now, the biggest part is communication. We see so many overcommits, and I think a big part of it has definitely been Insolence's, and I think he's just feeling uncomfortable today. I'm not saying he's the problem and he's making all these huge blunders and ruining the team, but I mean, we've seen him already swap his car after a relatively unsuccessful series earlier. He's kept with that decision, and even now, we still see him make a lot of overcommit mistakes. I think he feels like he needs to be doing more than usual. He's maybe doing a bit too much right now.
Sure. I think it's interesting that, you know, Rocket League being such a fluid game where every player has to play every role. And when we look at the stats, we see things like I mentioned earlier. Corrupted G had been leading his team in goals per game, and Classics was doing most of the assisting. Here, he doesn't score any goals. We see Chrome getting 2, Classics getting 1, and all 3 assists of all those goals, Corrupted G.
Yeah, I mean, Corrupted G, we all know that sometimes just a missed shot makes the best defense, and Corrupted G is a perfect example of that. He actually scores a lot of them too, to be fair. But right now, I think this match, as far as Evil Geniuses go, they need to be feeling great about this. All 3 of the team members are contributing immensely towards the team.
Well, you're talking about even stats. Before this series, 0.58 goals per game. The goals per game for every member of Rogue. Now, decently low on the board, but still very even placement there. Everyone getting involved in the scoring for the Rogue roster. They need to be doing it a little bit more here in this match. As Rogue now down by 2. Faced with the task of reverse sweeping Evil Geniuses to get the win in this series. Got a long road ahead of them if they want to do it. It all starts here with game 3. The beginning of this one, it's going to be Insole in a brilliant pass, and Rogue's got the lead.
Yeah, this is just solid pressure play here. I love seeing Sizz go forward here on that play as the 3rd man back to take that risk. That's something that's just a play style decision there. And Sizz, being the aggressive player that he is, he prevents that clear, and it leads to a goal here for Rogue. I think we need to see more of that offensive pressure and just trying to suffocate the other team. Don't let them clear so much.
Geniuses in their own corner. Classics with a strong touch. Get it past Jacob. Sizz has to intercept it in his own corner. Now back down the field. Jacob bumped a little bit by Classics on the rotation. We saw Sizz and Insole trying to make work by themselves. Now Insole back down the field to nobody in the back here. But it might give them ball control, and it does. Sizz and Insole, again, a bit of confusion that's just going to leave this ball deep in Rogue territory. Sizz with a loft. Corrupted G now across the field to Classics, all the way onto the backboard. He'll be up again for a second shot. Jacob will intercept this one. Now back down. Interesting note as well, Jacob switching out to the Dominus here in game number 3. Only Batmobile wasn't working, dropping 2 games in a row. He goes back to the big hat, and he's going to try and score. Doesn't quite go in. Off the crossbar, off the ground, and out of the goal. Rogue still looking at that second goal.
Yeah, that's a second opportunity for that second goal. Within 30 seconds, that first play, we saw instances. He goes for that demo play. And it was just so close to coming up. Unfortunately, he couldn't get that. Again, speaking to Rogue's frustrations, they seem to struggle really putting in shots today.
RPG falling back. Classics. Get a nice dunk in the corner. Laid out of his own half. Sizz waits in the back. The counter touch up to Jacob. That's past Corrupted G. Chrome with an interception. He'll go back to Corrupted G. Hope to get the pass plays back into the middle. Back and forth here between Rogue and Evil Geniuses. Insel off the wall. Classics up over the top of Jacob. Insel retreating back, looking for the back pass to Sizz. And Sizz in this particular corner, happening over and over again. Constantly in a different position. This time, looking for the shot above the crossbar, but played away by Corrupted G. And now Chrome looking for a transition. Corrupted G up. Will find his teammate Chrome again. Can he make this shot? He's able to actually drop it back across, and Sizz has to play back across his own body. The pressure continues for Evil Geniuses. With 2:35 left to go, though, Rogue will hold on the defense, get it back into the blue. They're holding on to this lead. Evil Geniuses pressured once more. 3 players piled up for Rogue. Got the ball into the blue corner. Now Insel bumped into the corner. Sizz playing it over the top of Chrome, and now over the top of Corrupted G as well. Classics over to the side. Jacob rotating in, looking for another pass. This one defended by Chrome. Insel was up for the shot. Now Insel back down to Jacob. Intercepted. Here comes Classics. Onto the corner. No contact from Insel. Chrome will play it into the corner again, and Classics now looking for a shot, but there's not a lot of speed on this ball. Corrupted G will use that to his advantage in a tie game here for Evil Geniuses.
Oh, pure chaos on the defensive end of Rogue right here. Well, they all jump up, and Jacob here, he rotates, but not far enough to the back of the net. It's up to him as the last man rotating back into that defense. He needs to cover that back part of the net. Miscommunication again plaguing Rogue.
And it felt like much of it was caused by Classics kind of going for the change-up shot, playing his shot very, very soft. The defense feels that they have to go up, but here on the other end, Jacob all the way back down and gets the lead right back for Rogue.
Yeah, here, this one flick, and then that follow-up from Insolences actually ends up beating 2 of the defenders. Chrome going all the way to the far side of the field for boost. Just caught sleeping there, and that quickly Rogue back into the game.
Back in with the lead. Pink Foam Hat securing that second goal. Classics and Evil Geniuses back to the drawing board, looking to take this lead away once more. Shot towards net, defended by Insel and Sizz, both up. This will give some room for more offense for Evil Geniuses. An open net here. Sizz is able to cross just in time and block that shot from Classics. Insel now airborne towards the net. He's looking to drop back down. Classics gets it away. Defense gonna hold on here for Evil Geniuses. Good touch from Corrupted G all the way to the corner. Jacob's touch actually puts it back in front of the goal. Chrome went upside down. I think he thought he had this one for certain, but the defense crashes in from Rogue and they keep the lead.
Yeah, if Chrome just positioned himself a little bit better for that, oh, that could have been the tying goal.
It did look like it was an Insel. It's another one here off of the middle, out and back away. And you gotta wonder, what was Chrome possibly going for the BM goal there?
I mean, I feel like he just kind of, his initial reaction to go up, and then he just started to make changes to how he was flying up there. Didn't realize just how important it was that he, you know, went into that ball with as much pace as possible. We saw the Rogue members almost all throughout the game, been playing very rush defense. I think that's why that slow shooting from Evil Geniuses in particular was so effective, because you saw Rogue just try and come in for these fast saves and rush right past the ball.
Well, now Rogue with a 2-goal lead. Looking to hold on to it. Can they make it 4? They will. Jacob's shot goes in. The defense just not able to get it in time. And it looks like Rogue definitely sending us to game 4.
Right, this touch here from Jacob, oh, feels bad, man, if you're Classics there, putting that one in straight up off the ground. But I think that's something to be said there. Classics rotating right back through the action instead of going all the way around. That goal was definitely avoidable. At 4-1, though, I'm not sure how much it matters.
Well, and it's 4-1 now. 3-goal deficit. See if Evil Geniuses, they'll get a second one here. They'll make it up to 23 seconds left. It's possible, but still going to be quite the comeback if Evil Geniuses were able to tie this up.
And I think, I mean, this series as a whole has been a little bit back and forth with teams kind of just really swapping momentum quite a ways away. I wouldn't put it past this Evil Geniuses.
I wouldn't either, and with the way that, like, you saw that goal going in on just completely wide open net, Rogue nowhere in position, and it can be easy to maybe relax a bit on the defense when you have a 3-goal lead with this little time left. We'll see. 10 seconds remaining. Time really starting to expire, and Rogue holding on to ball control in Evil Geniuses territory. This one looking very much over right now. Sizz hanging in the back. With that touch, he'll take the win here in game number 3. Well done to Rogue. Game 4 inbound.
Yeah, I was maybe dreaming a little bit there with that comeback, but Evil Geniuses here unable to convert their lead into the win here. I think a big part of that just Rogue waking up now.
Yeah, I see Jacob getting 2 goals, Insult getting them as well, and now a return to form. A return to statistical form for Evil Geniuses, 2 assists for Classics, and the 2 goals for Corrupted G. Chrome not getting involved in the scoring at all, but getting the 2 saves, the only 2 saves Evil Geniuses had this game.
Yeah, I think just as a whole, we did see a lot of opportunities there from Evil Geniuses. I think that Rogue kind of coming in much faster, that change of pace, made it difficult for Evil Geniuses to adapt, and really that whole game, we didn't really see them regain control of the match. It felt like it was mostly Rogue dominated the entire way. For
sure. So as we move into game number 4 here, Evil Geniuses still holding the 2 games. They just need to get that 1 win. Rogue getting much more aggressive, and it felt like there was, like you mentioned it a lot, there was a lot of chaos in this game. Much of it benefited Rogue. There was a few times we definitely saw all of it benefiting Evil Geniuses there with the last goal we saw Evil Geniuses score. But yeah, Rogue definitely creating chaos. And chaos has kind of been Evil Geniuses' thing with the Bash brothers, you know?
Actually, I think it might have been both goals, because I think the first goal, that was the one Jacob jumped over with the other 2 defenders in front where Jacob didn't rotate towards the back of the net there.
Sure.
It's both of the goals there from Evil Geniuses actually just being the result of really chaotic defense there from Rogue. It's almost a mystery to me that Rogue was able to come out of that game with a win.
Well, I feel like maybe the chaos on the offensive side of things, supporting them, being something that they're good at. But the defense definitely not where you want to have any sort of chaos. You want to be very clean and coordinated, trying to get the ball to your own half. So game 4 here on Utopia. We'll see. Can Evil Geniuses secure the win here? Classics in his own corner alongside Jacob. 2 Domini on the field. Insult going to grab a boost steal. Classics tries to get it through now. Chrome up to Classics. Shot towards the net. Jacob with a response. Insult airborne and Corrupted G. Back line of the defense here. He's going to get a miss. The Classics is there. Able to play this one back out and into the orange. Back and forth. No siege building just yet here in the first minute. His team's just alternating ball control. Good demolition on Jacob in net. Could give Evil Geniuses an opportunity. They're just stalling his ball in front. Jacob bumped high. Classic's going to try and make this shot happen, but it's just wide. Good zone defense here from Rogue. It's just enough to make him miss.
It's an odd shot decision considering that they knew that there was nobody on Rogue with any boost. They even demolished Jacob there. So to take the slow pay there, not sure I agree with it.
Classics was looking for that last one, and now nobody back. 3 players in between the goal and all of Evil Geniuses. That'll be Rogue with the first one here in game 4.
Yeah, right here, just that first touch. You see, Classics thought that Jacob was past it. He thought he wouldn't be able to touch that ball, but that save flip there, maybe Classics rushing into that play a little bit too fast there as the last man back.
You talked about swapping momentum in this series, and definitely as far as who's scoring what goal, definitely feels like no one's really got an edge, but oh my goodness, Chrome right back. As we said, it'll be a tie game.
Yeah, this is another kickoff goal. That kickoff right there, that should not have happened. There's no way Classics should win that kickoff as hard as he did unless we see Rogue botch their kickoff.
We'll see how these teams choose to approach kickoff now that it's all tied back up. Both teams going for the cheat up. Sizz will win cleanly. Classics now. Ball control, has under the backboard, a double commit from Jacob and Insult. Sizz is not able to gain control either. Chrome's got this one lofted in front of his box. A drop from Corrupted G. Jacob and Insult again double committing. Evil Geniuses now just keeping the pressure on, taking advantage of the overcommitments from Rogue. Good contact here from Rogue gives them control. All the way back into the blue corner. Past 1. Classics backing up, allowing Chrome to engage, and he gets it back out to the wall. Engaged by Corrupted G and across midfield. Now Chrome into the corner. Insole with a miss. Chrome looking to stall this one for Classics. They look to pinch it off the wall.
I think Chrome there had a huge opportunity to go for a demo play in net instead of trying to touch that play and hold it up for Classics.
Jacob back down. Classics over to the side, and now a shot from Insole. It goes in off the post and back into the goal. Rogue's got the lead.
Yeah, this first touch here from Jacob, that was a fine shot there, but that touch there from Classics to put that one in with so much power off the sidewall, a huge defensive error. He just needs to hit the ceiling at some point, get that ball to trap at the sidewalls instead of bouncing right back center.
2:42 on the clock. Rogue, after dropping games 1 and 2, get the win in game 3, and now holding on to the lead here in game 4, hoping to get us to game 5. Let's take it back down the field. See Insole. Falling back is Classics. Tries to move this one around. Here's the shot from Kruptagy. Insole's there first. Chrome holding on to this, pinching it across. Kruptagy looking for Jacob in net. Found contact, but there was no shooter for Evil Geniuses, and they will still hang behind. 1 goal down. Kruptagy looking for a shot, but is already out of his range. Jacob will look for Insole on the Classics. In the corner, he's able to pick up boost, find Jacob. Now the pressure is on here for Rogue, just in front of the goal. Sizz just has to tap it in, doesn't even need to make contact. Jacob puts in a 3rd goal.
Yeah, here, it looks like a little bit of chaos, but we've seen this 2 or 3 times now coming from the Rogue team where they start to air dribble the ball or just pop it slightly and leave it up to a teammate here. And honestly, it's resulted in quite a few goals against Evil Geniuses. A lot of misdirection. They're not sure where to put it. So if we can just see some more of that from Rogue, that would be great. Unfortunately, I think that's also causing them the troubles on defense.
Jacob will able to pick up the ceiling shot from Insole. Now Sizz over to Jacob, the shot inwards, the infield pass nearly connecting, but the defense holds on for Evil Geniuses. Now Insole up on the wall. Chrome gets it past him and over and into the orange. Now the interception for Kruptagy not going to happen as Sizz clears it all the way back to the blue corner. 1:24 left. Chrome gets past 1, and Kruptagy will carry it to the other side. Classics down the field. 1:15 left on the clock and down by 2. Evil Geniuses needing to find a way back into this game. Insole plays it off the wall. Sizz towards the goal. It's a bit wide. Insole keeps the pressure on. Good rotations here on offense, in particular from Rogue. Kruptagy demolished by Sizz. Smoke screened himself. The Evil Geniuses, they have it back out to midfield. The final minute, they need a goal very, very quickly so they have time to equalize. Or else we'll be going to game 5. Out to Chrome, onto the backboard. Jacob just lofts this. Insole and Sizz both up. Kruptagy falling back. Here comes Chrome. Shot towards net. Jacob's in goal. No play it away. 31 seconds remaining. Kruptagy just wants to keep it in the orange, but doesn't make contact, and Jacob will send it back towards net. Picks up that soft touch, and with 3-goal lead now, Rogue looking good for game 5.
Yeah, this is just couldn't be the furthest change in style of play. The adaptations right now that Rogue is making so much more aggressive this team has become in the last 2 minutes.
I mean, when Jacob was the starter for NRG, we talk about hashtag just Jacob things, and it feels like that sort of style of let's just take what's in front of us and try to be creative has bled into this entire Rogue offense. Everything is creative, everything is new. And Evil Geniuses doesn't really know what to do with it on defense. Constantly being trapped in their own half here in game number 4. A final shot defended by Classics, but the defense doesn't give them any points here. Game 4 in the books for Rogue. Game 5 inbound.
Yeah, what a contrast as well. Evil Geniuses really being kept up into their own side for almost the entirety of the match there. I mean, you see how many shots, and you would never recognize just the dominance here coming out of Rogue. And for me, the biggest difference in that match, it definitely just has to be on the clears for Rogue. They did so much of a better job just being able to get that ball out of their own half. We saw a lot of really just soft touches before that weren't very productive right now. they push that ball as fast as they can to the corners, to the other side of the field, just getting it out of their own half, and we see Evil Geniuses struggling to deal with it.
Yeah, and it felt like Evil Geniuses, they would move down the field. We'd see a double commit on defense from Rogue, but still the one player left, that clear he was able to get, would make that double commit not matter, and he would just be able to play it all the way down. And then because the players are double committed, they're already out of the field a little bit, and they're like, hey, let's just move down, and all of a sudden, very fast, aggressive play from Rogue, and Evil Geniuses has to retreat on the defense and has to just work with what they've got. However much boost they've got, they have no time to adjust because of those quick transitions from Rogue. And yeah, it didn't feel like until the end of Game 4 here, we saw either team really building much of a siege, really being able to constantly keep pressure on, but Rogue there at the end, creative plays in the corner, giving them ball control.
Yeah, and I think that a big difference maker there as well, Sizz, that pressure he puts, he's such an aggressive player, and when he finds a team that has a play style that's kind of facilitates that, where they just let Sizz pressure them, where they, you know, he tries to put people into frame traps where they try and clear the ball, or they're going to go left or right. He puts himself in those situations constantly to try and get these, to make the other team become predictable, if you will, and it's working out great.
Here on Champions Field for Game 5, all comes down to this one. Evil Geniuses had a 2-game lead, and now it doesn't matter. Whoever wins this one takes the win. Rogue, they could do this, put them both at 3-3. Sizz's shot is just wide. Evil Geniuses would love to finally finish them off here and improve to 4-2. There comes through, Prep over to the side, Insol up alongside Sizz. There again, back out to midfield, Classics. Good rotation, trying to anticipate where the clear is going to go and being there first. Now Prep looking to mind game Sizz. Not going to happen as he goes into the corner. Possibly has Classics to work with outside. Chrome who picks it up. It's the pass in. Classics aggressive first to the ball, and he'll take a shot to the net. Are you kidding me? What was this placement?
This angle. Classics. Are you insane? Huh? That delayed flick.
My goodness.
Wow, what a touch. Waiting until the last possible second. The car rotates, and by waiting so long, it rotates to help him get that wide angle necessary to hit such a shot.
I mean, from that deep in the corner, it didn't look possible to me to hit the angle he hit. Not only did he make the shot, he set himself up for it. Plays it into the corner by himself. What a play from Classics. Evil Geniuses, though, only up by 1. Rogue has come back from this already in this series. They need to extend this lead if they want to be able to finish Rogue off.
Yeah, you know that Classics has just got to be salivating at this win. He had a career best in the Game 1, 5 goals. His previous best before that was a hat trick, 3. So, I mean, to have a career best and go on to lose the series, I don't think he wants that.
Not at all what you want to have happen. We'll see if he can do it here. Jacob trying to pass over to Sizz. Chrome, quick to engage, keep it in the corner. Now Insol and Sizz in the corner. Insol get out to Jacob. Again, just the small ball passing plays. Like, oh, I got Jacob. I'll just bounce the ball off him. Look like for Evil Geniuses, they've got a response. And now Classics to Chrome. Shot towards the net is wide, and Jacob doesn't even make contact. Insol's touch puts it onto the backboard again, and Classics with another shot. This one just barely going to go out. Rolls on the crossbar. But Evil Geniuses just keeping his pressure on in front of the box. Sizz out, will look for Insol, but he plays it behind his teammate. That'll slow play down. Evil Geniuses is going to try and move up. And look at Insol, getting it past 1. Now Classics out to Corrupted G, back behind. The pass plays have been insane here, but Classics and Chrome, there's an open net. All 3 players from Rogue out and away. Evil Genius is going to score.
Yeah, and this is the downside, really, to just having such intricate passing plays and being so creative. The problem is, you know, you put that ball in kind of an ambiguous spot where your teammate's like, oh, I need to go up for this. I need to rush to that ball. Next thing you know, you have all your teammates committing for that same ball all in one big clump.
Well, and the style of Rocket League rotations involves that you move up and I'm moving back to cover in case you make a mistake. So if we're just working with where you're at and I'm just going to try and pass to you across the field, well, that means there's nobody in the back. And you saw it there. Second goal going in for Evil Geniuses on an undefended net. Classics up to Corrupted G. Not going to make contact. This has got the demolition on the Classics. Chrome with an excellent touch. Gets it past Jacob. Now, Insol back down to Sizz. No contact there. See Corrupted up the field. Got it past Jacob. Classics looking for another touch back out to Chrome. Insol will engage. 1:59 left on the clock. Jacob looking for the first goal for Rogue here in Game 5. Needing to equalize. Insol with a shot. Classics up over to the side. We'll see Insol Follow this one along. Evil Genius is playing some defense again. Save indeed. 135 left. G shot towards net. Can Insel get back in time? He might be a little on boost, but he does pick this one up cleanly and air dribble it away from his goal. Spends a lot of boost to get the ball not very far away, but Jacob will pick it up as Evil Geniuses hadn't quite responded, but now just looking for the touches. It feels like Evil Geniuses to me right now are just playing the read game. They're just looking at what is Rogue going to do and just making sure they are one step ahead. Yeah,
you're right on the money there. They're doing a great job at just limiting Rogue and positioning themselves in ways where it feels like Rogue doesn't have any choices with what they're doing, right? Just trying to say, they're trying to force Rogue to really play their hand early.
Critical demolition onto Corrupted G to remove him in front of the box. Evil Genius is looking for their third goal. Rogue cannot afford a third goal right now. They need the next goal to be in their favor. 45 seconds remaining. After fighting back just to get to game 5, it would be a heartbreaker to lose it. Jacob sitting in the corner, looking for the pass to Sizz, gets it to him. Classics not able to anticipate it in time. Now Insel looking back. 30 seconds remaining. They need this creative offense to work for them. Now they're back on defense. Corrupted G back out across the field. Jacob moving up quickly. He's got Insel in the midfield. They'll look for the pass here. Can they make the shot? No. Classic shuts it down and back out across. Nobody's in the back. He can take all the time he wants. Doesn't matter. And Jacob's not going to get there in time. Evil Geniuses 3-0.
Yeah, Corrupted G there just bumping Sizz all the way out of net there. He knew exactly what was coming there. Wow, what a performance here from Evil Geniuses, able to just dominate this match here. I mean, really showing that, you know, at the end of this whole series, with how Rogue being able to get back into it, Evil Geniuses shutting out all doubt.
Evil Geniuses, they took their time to get here, but they will get the win over Rogue. We'll put in a fourth just for good measure. And what a performance from Classics. You talked about his season best.
Not season best, career best.
Career best
Big
of
difference.
5 goals. That's an insane amount of goals to put up in one game. Again, I think he got 2 as well here in game number 5.
Yeah, I mean, almost equaling his old season best right there.
Yeah.
3, or career best, excuse me.